Hello everyone, you are on the Moby channel and I am glad to see you on my channel again. And while we are enjoying the original 66 episode from DaFuq, I decided to return to Skibidi Toilet Multiverse again, so that your expectation for the new 67 episode would not be so long and boring. In this video I will again analyze the new episodes of Skibidi Toilet Multiverse, from the DaFuq Studio channel, so be sure to like this video. Let's also we will collect 10,000 likes and subscribe to the channel. And also to be the very first to learn about new videos, I advise you to subscribe to my Discord channel, the link will be in the description. In any case, we are starting. Last time we stopped at the third episode, it ended quite intriguingly. If you haven't seen my previous analysis yet, then be sure to watch it to be aware of what is happening in the Skibidi Toilet Multiverse universe from DaFuq Studio. Episode 4 begins with the TV Man agent playing chess with the POV operator agent. On the TV Man agent you can also notice the clock that the CLOCKMAN's agents give so that any agents during time dilation can safely move, and not idle. On the left we can notice the characters already familiar to us. This is Agent CLOCKMAN and Agent Cameraman, who also has a watch on his hand. Then there is a big explosion from the fact that the Titan scientist Skibidi landed on Earth. Then the camera turns to the Titan CLOCKMAN who goes straight to the Titan scientist and only he wants to use one of his cool abilities, when suddenly the Titan G toilet attacks him from behind. This phase of Titan resembles the one we saw in episode 65, the original Skibidi Toilet series. The CLOCKMAN titanium is absolutely the same as Jimmy Titan lasers, because its body is made of durable gold or some kind of durable gold metal. Titan loads his gun, shoots at the G toilet and thereby forces the flying toilet to descend to the roof. Then the Titan CLOCKMAN tries to subdue the Titan of toilets with his abilities, just as he did with other opponents, and he almost succeeded, but then he is distracted by the Titan scientist Skibidi. Then the Titan CLOCKMAN directs one of his flying saws directly at the Titan scientist, but the saw is stopped by Astro Toilet. These events that I just described reminded me very much of the events of episode 60 of the original series, because then we saw Skibidi Titan Scientist, only in the universe of DaFuq Studio Astro Toilet's allies Skibidi Scientist, and in the original series from DaFuq Astro Toilet and Titan Scientist are not friends a little, but this is the multiverse. So here the events unfold quite differently to another. Also when the Titan CLOCKMAN subdued the Titan G toilet, I was reminded of this 47th episode when the Titan TV Man hypnotized the Titan G toilet. Then we return to the multiverse. The Titan CLOCKMAN begins to attack the Titan scientist and with one powerful side kick sends the Titan G toilet into a knockout. Then he turns and sees the Titan cameraman flying directly at him with an army of armored Skibidi helicopters, and if we look closely, we can notice that the Titan cameraman glows with an unusual green color for him. And that's because he's infected with the Skibidi parasite that infected him in the very first episode of the Skibidi Toilet Multiverse. The Titan CLOCKMAN wants to kick the infected Titan's ass properly, but the CLOCKMAN agent gestures that this is not necessary. After that the Titan agrees with him and decides to teleport to a safer place for him, but before he once again knocks out the Titan scientist, stops the armored toilets with his abilities, casts a powerful spell and moves. From this spell, all armored toilets explode. But then a strange thing happens, because the helicopter of the CLOCKMAN agents flies away. The POV operator shows and says with his gestures, "Well, where did you guys fly away, leaving us here?" But then everything becomes clearer, because a completely new kind of Skibidi toilet appears in front of us. These are Skibidi magnets. And as I understand from these magnetic toilets, CLOCKMAN's agents get very bad. Then at the end of this episode Skibidi Scientist destroys our POV operator, and this ends the 4th episode of the Multiverse Skibidi. And I think now is the time to like the video if you haven't done it yet, because we move on to the 5th episode of the Multiverse Skibidi Toilet. The 5th episode begins with how the POV operator flushes the usual Skibidi toilet. Then we see how the blast wave throws back another simple Skibidi toilet. Then the camera turns and we see a big CLOCKMAN agent walking with a big Speakerman agent. I assume that during the battle they became friends. Next, we see how a small detachment of ordinary Skibidi toilets comes out of the alley. And the big agent CLOCKMAN wanted to once again demonstrate his strongest abilities in front of his friend, and as soon as he tried to do this, his abilities gave their own and he even fell to his knees. But what happened to him? I also wondered this question when watching this episode for the first time. And as it turned out, it's all about the new types of Skibidi toilet. As I told you earlier, Skibidi magnets have a very negative effect on CLOCKMAN's agents and therefore they cannot activate their abilities. Next, the big agent Speakerman single-handedly began to fight with a small detachment of Skibidi Toilet, but fortunately the POV cameraman had a paralyzing cannon with him, which was able to immobilize all enemies. And first of all, the big agent Speakerman, with his sound ability, threw the Skibidi magnet so hard that it exploded. We have already seen this in the original series from DaFuq in episode 62. Then the big agent Speakerman dealt with simple toilets and the big agent CLOCKMAN came to his senses. I understood it by their signature gesture. But then even stranger things began to happen. After all, the head of the CLOCKMAN agent was very dizzy and then a large magnetic Skibidi toilet appeared from the teleport. Agent Speakerman tried to take Agent CLOCKMAN to a safe area, but the magnet was so strong that it attracted Agent CLOCKMAN and tore him into two parts. This enemy action also sends us to episode 62 of the original Skibidi toilet. After this action, the POV cameraman got angry and began to actively shoot a paralyzing cannon at a large magnetic Skibidi toilet. But this weapon does not work on him and he has already sent a magnet to our POV operator. But then the Titan CLOCKMAN suddenly appears and calls his subordinates Skibidi toilets. We also saw them in the original episodes of DaFuq in episodes 47 and 57. Next, Astro Toilets come to the aid of a large magnetic toilet. Next, the Titan CLOCKMAN shows with his gestures that there will be an epic fight now and this ends the 5th episode of the Multiverse Skibidi Toilets. And I hope that you have already made yourself tea with cookies, because now I will begin the analysis of the 6th epic episode of the Skibidi Toilets cartoon universe. The episode begins with the POV operator watching from the roof as the big agent Speakerman carries his seriously injured friend Agent CLOCKMAN in his arms. We also see how TV Woman teleported behind them, but we will learn their plot only in the next 7th episode. So subscribe to the channel and to my Discord server so as not to miss analysis of the following episodes of the Multiverse Skibidi Toilets. In this frame we also see that Skibidi Saw, which as we know was subordinated to CLOCKMAN Titan, is struck. Next, the POV operator turns and we see the Titan CLOCKMAN fight against the large magnetic Skibidi toilets. Titanium hits the magnet with its projectile, from which the magnetic toilet titanium freezes in place. Next, the POV operator receives this message on the tablet. It says that the Titan Speakerman has arrived at the CLOCKMAN's headquarters. Next, the operator looks at the Titan and sees that he looks tired enough, and his big watch on his chest is shrouded in steam. Next, we see how the infected Titan cameraman flies straight at the Titan CLOCKMAN at full speed. The Titan released one of his flying saws in advance and shot at the Titan from his cannon, but the charge turned out to be weak due to the tired state of the Titan CLOCKMAN. And besides, the Titan cameraman repelled the CLOCKMAN projectile with his new shield, which we saw in the original Skibidi Toilet series in episode 64. The Titans start fighting, the infected cameraman activates his blue flame, but the Titan's flying CLOCKMAN saw distracts the infected Titan and the CLOCKMAN Titan has an advantage. He activates the time stop and quickly goes behind his back to remove the Skibidi parasite, but he is not there, and as we remember from the first episodes of the Skibidi Multiverse, the Skibidi parasite has been improved and it has completely penetrated the body of the infected Titan cameraman. But then, unfortunately, the Titan ran out of time for his ability and time returned to normal mode again. Then the infected Titan cameraman took advantage of this moment to launch strong attacks on the Titan CLOCKMAN. After this Titan CLOCKMAN uses all his last strength, he releases all his flying saws, which distract and cut off certain parts of his suit from the infected Titan. After that, the Titan himself goes into a rage and begins to simply destroy the infected Titan by tearing off all its parts, and together with the head of the Titan cameraman, he pulls out the Skibidi of the parasite, and as we see, he is very tightly lodged in the spine of the Titan cameraman. But further, despite the fact that the Titan cameraman has very little strength left and his abilities almost do not work, he makes a serious decision to turn back time so that the Titan cameraman is alive again. At this moment, he sacrifices himself for the Titan cameraman. And I guess he did it for a reason. My theory is that Titan CLOCKMAN is able to see the future, and in this future that he saw, Titan Scientist and Titan G Toilet was defeated by Titan Cameraman, and if Titan Cameraman is not alive, then no one can stop Skibidi Scientist and Titan G Toilet. Next, the Titan Cameraman is restored and the Titan CLOCKMAN has no strength left at all. Next, the infected Titan deals a crushing blow to CLOCKMAN. The Titan Scientist, who received an upgrade in the form of magnets, also moves here, and the big Titan Skibidi magnet returns here. They keep the CLOCKMAN Titan so that he doesn't leave them anywhere. but no matter how hard it was for the CLOCKMAN Titan, he breaks out anyway, but a crushing blow from the infected Titan cameraman causes the Titan CLOCKMAN to fall unconscious. After that, the Skibidi parasite wanted to infect the Titan, but it failed to do so, since the Titan has very strong armor that cannot be penetrated. After that, the infected Titan cameraman takes the defeated Titan CLOCKMAN presumably to the Skibidi toilet laboratory. A Titan scientist teleports after them, and a large magnetic Skibidi destroys the POV operator. This is the end of episode 6 of the Multiverse Skibidi Toilet from DaFuq Studio. Therefore, if you want to see the continuation of the next 2 episodes of the Skibidi Toilet Multiverse in the near future, then let's dial 1000 participants in my Discord server. The link to the Discord will be in the description. You were on the Moby channel. See you soon.